Ladies and gentlemen of the media, thank you for honoring our invite. We are here for the Orlando Pirates media briefing ahead of our DSTV Prem fixture, Orlando Pirates versus Mamelodi Sundowns, scheduled to take place on the 20th of September at Orlando Stadium, kickoff at 19:30. We are joined on the platform of that Mr. Xolani Fihla, JMPD spokesperson, as well as Mr. Bertie of SMSA. The two gentlemen are here just to advise and help us disseminate the information to the rest of the public with regards to the traffic management plan, the security and planning that has gone into this match. You know, it's traditionally a sold-out fixture, and there are always a number of challenges around this particular fixture in terms of access, ingress and egress to the stadium. So we've got the two gentlemen to just enlighten us with regards to the preparations and the planning that has gone into the event thus far. I think I would like to just start with giving Mr. Bertie an opportunity to brief us. He will thereafter be followed by Mr. Xolani Fihla, the JMPD spokesperson, like I said, and thereafter we'll open for questions from the floor if there are any. Mr. Grobbelaar.
Thank you, Tandi. Good morning. I must say, you're less intimidating from the back as facing you from the front. So I know the back of your head's pretty well by now. Yeah, Tandi's alluded to the fact, and guys, I was last night with the Rugby World Cup again. I had a look at some of the venues and the surrounding areas on the drone shots, where you see less to no vehicles around the precincts because of the public transport system that's functional at these venues. The biggest single challenge for the club, for stadium management as the venue authority, and my colleague sitting next to me, is going to get people in and out of the venue on a weekday with a kickoff at 7:30. Except for the normal challenges, we've now got people returning home from work at around 5 o'clock as well. That's going to mix with the people and the traffic on their way to the venue. Now, to give you some look into the challenges that we face, there's been a planning process ongoing for the last two and a half weeks on this, involving JMPD, the traffic wardens that's involved, the councillors, park and ride entities that's going to assist us. We worked out with the schools and the Department of Education, I must highlight that as well. With the schools, the parking bays that we've got available is around 2,000 parking in and around Orlando Stadium. If you allocate each of those bays to a vehicle and you multiply that by 4 occupants per vehicle, you've got 8,000 people that you can accommodate traffic-wise. That on its own speaks to the challenges we're going to have on Wednesday, and the challenges, ongoing challenges with parking at Orlando Stadium. Some of the measures we took is from a suite owner perspective and from a hospitality perspective. None of those people are going to park at the venue. We've got a park and ride system functional from FNB Stadium, so they will be shuttled from FNB. And Xolani will address now, there's a dedicated route on the N17 for these shuttles and for the park and ride from FNB. So hopefully that will alleviate some of the pressure. The next thing is that we are going to, with the cooperation of the top 6 taxi association managing it, but there's other associations involved as well. We're going to operate the park and ride system from FNB. This is going to be the first time, so I don't know what the uptake is going to be, but I urge you as members of the media to assist us in getting this message across. There's going to be safe and secure parking at FNB, security, fenced off area where we'll properly look after the vehicles. You'll be shuttled at a cost of 20 Rand fare with the taxis to Orlando Stadium. After the match, the taxis will be stacked in the Rea Vaya bus lane, and they will transport people back to FNB again. There's going to be clearly demarked, those taxis that's assisting will be clearly marked by a VAP, so it's going to be easily identifiable in the windscreen. So yeah, that is the major changes we foresee, or we're planning for, is then the parking at the schools. That was not previously, it was limited previously, but we've now got in the region of 10 schools and public areas involved, such as the rugby field, where you'll park at a cost of 30 rand. You can park there. We've got the VIP guests, or the hospitality guests being shuttled to the venue from FNB Stadium, and then there's the park and ride option available for general access ticket holders to park at FNB and to be transported at a cost of 20 rand to Orlando Stadium, and they will be transported back again. From a logistical perspective, you will note the additional fence line that was erected, the permanent fence line. So there's going to be an exclusion zone in and around the stadium. In addition to that fence line, there's going to be a soft checkpoint where people need to show their ticket. So the aim of the security and the police services is to create a zone where unticketed people won't be allowed close to the venue. There's going to be a double scanning system. So at this permanent fence line, there's going to be chutes where people will be scanned for their ticket. And when you enter the stadium at the turnstiles, there will be a secondary scanning point. 3 verification points to deal with tickets not scanning and with illegal or fake counterfeit tickets, to identify them and to assist, if not, to reissue a ticket. As we speak, we're also busy putting up permanent floodlights at the outer precinct. At those entry points, there will be 12 additional floodlights to light up the area. I know there's been also a lot of planning with the egress, with POPs and the South African Police Services, and then the wardens. 1,000 of them deployed for this fixture to assist getting people safely back to their parking areas and back home out of the precinct. I think that will that's my points for now. I will address any questions you might have later. Thanks, Donnie.
Thank you, Mr. Grobbelaar. Now I'll give the opportunity to the JMPD spokesperson. If you can please, Mr. Fihla, just take us through the traffic management plan.
All right, and thank you so much to you, Thandi. Thank you, Bertie, and to the members of the media. With the magnitude of the fixture, we are obviously expecting a multitude of spectators who will be coming to watch this game. Traffic management plan has been devised to make sure that we efficiently manage the free flow of traffic that's before, during, and especially after the game. We know that people will be leaving to various destinations, so it's important for us to make sure that traffic is free flowing after the game. And the major routes that will be affected on the day is, of course, the N17. It's Soweto Highway, Klipspruit Valley Road, Moorkey Street, and Martelo Street. And then the road closures will be implemented from 4 in the afternoon. I know Bertie did allude that this is the time when people will be coming back from work, going home. So we are expecting traffic disruptions, and especially on Klipspruit Valley Road, which won't be closed off to traffic. But the road closures will be implemented on Moorkey Street and all of the streets and intersections crossing with Moorkey, that's including Nkomyahlaba, Mufokeng, and Martelo Street. And then there's also closures on Martelo and Armitage, which is on the other side of the stadium, and on Martelo Street between Klipspruit Valley Road and Moorkey Street. And then Moorkey Street will only be accessible for Rea Vaya buses, that's before the game, and also Martelo Street. But all of these closures will be lifted at halftime, And as Bertie did mention, that taxis will be lining up on the rear via bus lanes to ensure that traffic is free-flowing going out of the stadium after the game. No people will be using the Klipspruit Valley Road, the N17 to catch the N1 to Pretoria and Tshwane, and those going into the inner city can use Soweto Highway as well, and residents in Soweto then will use Klipspruit Valley Road or Soweto Highway. Then Bertie also mentioned that there'll be a dedicated route or lane for motorists for spectators who will be shuttled from FNB Stadium, and that's the N17. It will be converted into 3 lanes from the N1 right up until the Soweto Motorway Circle, up and across Klipspruit Valley Road to Mamelodi Street, where people will be dropped off there. And then one of our biggest concerns and our plea for people who are coming to the stadium, that please come as early as possible. That's to avoid any congestion before the game. But obviously after the game, it's a bit unavoidable. So we made sure that we do place our officers in strategic places in the inner perimeter of the stadium, on the outer perimeter as well, and also on the outskirts like the N17, to make sure that people do leave the stadium precinct as quick as possible after the match. Thank you, Thandi.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the floor? There's a mic there behind you. There's a hand behind you. Please raise your hand again so that I see you. Thank you. Wait for the microphone, please.
My question will go to JMPD. You know, we end up sounding like parrots or maybe mad people when you reach your personnel. Your personnel doesn't know the information about media. Media every year in, year out. When you reach that barricade, you'll be directed to the public forum whilst you're media. And every time when you speak here, you say, no, they don't know us. They give us problems as media.
No, we do understand your plight. As you did say, Colin, that it's been raised many a times. We'll make sure that our officers on the roads, and especially on those critical points, I know it's Klipspruit Valley Road and Mamelodi Street, where only people who have passes or accreditation to enter into the stadium parking area then will be given access, but we will make sure that that message is conveyed. Thank you.
I think also just to add into Mr. Fihla's comment, it goes without saying that all the members of the media are expected to carry their valid PSL 2023-2024 seasonal accreditations, as well as a parking ticket. The security at the road closures, as well as JMPD, will only allow people that are validly accredited to go through. Thank you.
Thandi, if I might add 2 aspects that I failed to mention. For the first time also, we're going to utilize 2 drones linked directly to the VOC to monitor traffic flow and traffic congestion. And there will be communication directly to the ground with JMPD, obviously overseeing this plan, but also with the Year 2 events that's responsible for the management of this aspect. So it's also going to be a test run to see the impact of that to manage traffic making use of technology that we're going to use for the first time. Secondly, the question that always arises with the so-called illegal car guards. From the venue authority perspective, we've formalized, and we're going to try and do it going forward as well, 40 of these car guards that's on a database, and they incorporated in the plan. They will be clearly identifiable and identified with a BIP with the stadium management logo on it. So those people will assist with the parking and they're part of the parking plan. If there's a car guard without this BIP, you're most probably going to be directed, or the public is going to be directed to an illegal parking spot, and that might create an issue later on. So I think it's worthwhile just to mention those 2 aspects as well.
Do you have any further questions for the 2 gentlemen? Okay, in the absence of any questions, I think from the club perspective, just to again to appeal to the fans, all the supporters that are coming through to the match on Saturday, on Wednesday, to please come in early. I think Mr. Fihla has already alluded to that fact. It's important that everyone please tries to come through as early as possible. Gates open at 4:30. As the host club, we've done everything possible, humanly possible, to prepare for a safe and secure event for the fans that are coming through, for all the patrons that are coming to the stadium through the ESSPC committee, as well as the various stakeholders that we're working with in terms of planning for this particular event. And in appealing to the public to come in early, we're obviously expecting a sold-out match for this particular fixture. We are appealing to people to come in early, and in line with that, we've prepared a number of events to keep our patrons entertained while they're at the stadium early. Like I said, the gates will open from 4:30. We have activations with our various partners, Vodacom, Oppo, Akwele, as well as Adidas. There'll be prize giveaways, there'll be plenty of activities, family-oriented activities for all ages. We appeal to everyone to please come through as early as possible. There'll be live performances as well to keep everyone entertained while we're waiting for the kickoff time at 19:30. It is of paramount importance. It is vitally important that the public please adheres to the plan that has been shared by both the gentlemen sitting here with us, in terms of just coming in early, using the park and ride that is at your disposal. Obviously, that is, like Mr. Grobbelaar said, it's the first time that happens at Orlando Stadium that we have a park and ride, and this was part of the key learning we had in the previous seasons to see what went wrong, what we can improve, and how we can best improve your experience coming into the stadium. And one of those is the park and ride. So we strongly advise that if you can, as far as possible, please use the park and ride. From FNB Stadium to Orlando Stadium. It is there to make your experience a lot more easy and less stressful. There's an express lane for the taxis that will be coming from FNB Stadium to Orlando Stadium. They are clearly marked, they are clearly visible, so you know those are the correct taxis to board, as well as going back, as already been alluded to. So again, we are appealing to the patrons that will be coming through, both fans of the both teams, to try and use the park and ride as far as possible. We are appealing to the general public to come in early. We all understand with the challenges we face with regards to load shedding and the like. There's always going to be traffic congestion in and around Orlando. So we are appealing to everyone to please try and come in early. Let's do our best. Let's all play our part to ensure that there's a safe and secure event, to ensure that there isn't challenges with traffic, to obey the rules of the road, to obey JMPD in all the various road closures, to ensure that when we come to the stadium, we have our ticket in hand, to ensure that when we come to the stadium, we already have our parking, and we use the designated parking areas. I think just another thing that was not mentioned was that there will be tow trucks, there will be legal car guards that will be clearly identifiable through their stadium management bibs. Please only follow the instructions of those car guards in terms of where to park, which areas to park, and do not park in illegal areas, do not park in the streets, because that also adds to the problem of traffic management. We can only have a successful event if we work together. So as the host club, we're appealing to everyone to please, let's all play our part. Let's ensure that football is the winner on the day, and follow the rules and use all of the planning as well as the opportunities that have been put at our disposal, especially the park and ride. Use it, it is there for your benefit. And please come in early. The club has prepared a number of activations, like we said, and there will be a number of giveaways through our partners. Come in early, there will be live entertainment. There's absolutely no reason for you guys to come in late. and we'd like to see kickoff on time at 19:30. Thank you. Is there any questions? Can we move on to the next part? Okay, there's a question there, thank you.
Maybe just a comment. Would it not be perhaps wise for media to also make use of the shuttle service or the park and ride system? Are they able to jump in with the hospitality guests?
It was not planned, but it's definitely something, if that's a request from your guys' side, we can definitely do that. So we can discuss it after this offline. If there's some of you that's interested in utilizing that, we'll definitely cater for you.